Hi friends, welcome to our channel. In this video, we are discussing about basics of C language. So firstly, discuss about agenda. In this video, we are discussing about what is C language and what are its uses and history of C language. Next, structure of C program and what is C program, features of C, and last one is advantages and disadvantages of C language. So firstly, we discuss what is C language? C language is a programming language. It is also known as mother language, and C also known as system programming language because it is related to system, and C is also called as procedure oriented programming language, whereas Java is a object oriented programming language, and C also called structured programming language because it is a predefined programming language. And last one is C is also called mid-level programming language. Mainly there are three levels. First one is low level, mid-level and high level programming language. Now C is called mid-level programming language. So why it is discovered and what are its uses? Means C language is used for creating the system applications that directly interact with the hardware devices such as drivers and kernels. The language which are before C language that does not support the drivers and kernels. So to overcome the drawbacks of other languages, Dennis Ritchie developed the C language. Next, coming to the C program. This is the structure of C programming. Let's discuss hash include stdio io.h void main curly braces printf welcome to the world output welcome to the world. Here hash include stdio.h means this is the header file, whereas std stands for standard and I means input and o means output. Here void is the return type or data type, and main function. Next printf is the printing function. The statement within the double quotations is the statement which you have to write, so the output is welcome to the world. So this is the structure of and simple structure of C programming, so you can easily understand with this. So coming to the next point, history of C language. As we earlier discussed, history of C language. C is a programming language. It was developed by Dennis Ritchie with his team in 1972 at Bell Laboratories in USA. Dennis Ritchie is also known as founder of C language because he is the founder to overcome the previous languages such as B, BCPL, etc. and some other languages or ALGOL like that. Initially, C language was developed to be used in Unix operating system. C language only used in Unix operating system. It inherits many features of previous languages such as B and BCPL. B and BCPL are also known as programming language. To overcome from those previous languages, Dennis Ritchie developed C language. So this is the brief history of C language, so you can understand clearly. So these are the programming language: ALGOL, BCPL, and B. These are the previous languages. To overcome the drawbacks of this programming language, Dennis Ritchie developed C language. Dennis Ritchie developed C language in 1972. So this is the brief history of C language. So coming to the next point, features of C language. Firstly, portable, mid-level, structured, rich library, extensible, recursion, pointers, faster, memory management, simple. These are called features of C language. So let's discuss briefly simple. Firstly, simple. C language is a simple language, and It is a structured programming language. So it is used to break the problem into parts. So it can be simple. It is also the rich set of library functions and data types. As as we know, C has a 32 32 library functions. C is also called mission independent language. Unlike assembly language, C program can be executed on different machines with the same specific changes. So C is a machine independent programming language. As we discussed earlier, C is also called mid-level programming language because C is intended to do a low-level programming. It is used to develop system applications such as kernel and driver. So C is mainly used for to develop the kernel and drivers. It also supports the features of high-level language, sometimes only. So it is known as mid-level language. Next, fourth one. C is structured programming language. It means we can break the program into different parts using functions. As we discussed about functions, functions or main functions and sub functions are there. So we can break the functions. So we can break the program into different parts that are called functions. So it is easy to understand. It is easy to understand and modify the functions to provide the code reusability. So C is also called structured programming language. Next, rich library. As we discussed earlier, provides a lot of inbuilt functions that make development fast. C has a 32 library functions. I mean, so next one, sixth one is memory management. Memory management. Memory management. It supports the features of dynamic memory allocations. In C language, we can free the allocated memory at any time by calling the free function. Free is a function. So when we want a free space or we want to store any variables or data in C, we can call the free function. So it is a dynamic memory allocations. Dynamic memory allocation. The word dynamic means at the time of run. So it is not static, not final. So at which time we want, we can use. At any time we can use. I mean, next, speed. Speed is also the one of the features of C language. Let's discuss the compilation and execution time of C. Execution time of C language is fast since there are lesser inbuilt functions and hence lesser overhead. So this is the main reason for the speed of the C language. Next, coming to the pointer, eighth one. Pointer is the one of the feature of C language. We can use pointers for memory, structures, functions, array, etc. The word pointer means that can directly interact with the memory by using the pointers. Pointer is nothing but address of the data or address of the array, like that. So pointer is nothing but address. It is the reference of address. Next, recursion. The word recursion means reusability. The word recursion means reusability. In C, we can call the function within the function. It has the feature. We can call the function within the function. So it provides the code reusability for every function. Recursion enables us to use the approach of backtracking. So when we use two functions or two different programs, instead of this, we can use or we can call a function within the same function. So this is the main features which will be used in for loops and arrays, linked list, like that. Last one is extensible. The word extensible means it is, as we discussed earlier, it is dynamic, so it is also known as extensible. We can extend as much as we. So C language is extensible because it can easily adopt new features. So to overcome the backdrops of drawbacks of ALGAL, B and BCPL. C language is developed, so it can be easily adopt the new features. Next, last topic is advantages and disadvantages of C language. With this picture, you can clearly understand. So no need to be say, no need to be explained. Anyway, I will explain. First one, advantages of C language. Firstly, easy to understand. As we discussed earlier, C is a simple language, so it is easy to understand. The program in C is simple. Next, presence of many libraries. Many libraries. It has 32 inbuilt libraries, so it has more libraries when compared to the previous programming language. It is low cost, so we can easily download from the Play Store, or we can develop from the Google or any browser. So it is easy to write. The code or program in C language is very easy to write. Next, fast execution speed. Because of low libraries present in C language as compared to Java, Python, that C language has less inbuilt functions. So it has the execution speed is highly. It has fast execution speed, and it is easy debugging. I mean, the word debugging means to rectify the error or to know the error where it is, to identify error and to know what the problem it is and to solve. So in C language easy to debug. The command in command prompt or workshop, we can easily know where it shows error in which line, in which space, so we can easily debugging the error. Next, C is procedure oriented language. It is feature also and advantage also. Next, fast compilation. As we discussed, fast execution and fast compilation both are same. And next one is dynamic memory location. When we require any space or when we want to store any data, we can add dynamically. Execution of algorithms and data structures very easily. So these are the advantages of C language. And coming to the next point, disadvantages of C language. It has lack of object orientation. Lack of object orientation. Object orientation means the program is divided into objects, whereas in C language the program is divided into functions. So this is the main drawback of C language. So to overcome the C language, we use Java. So note the point. Next, insufficient or inefficient memory management. It has less memory space and runtime checking. It check the every line and no garbage collection. This is the main disadvantage of C language. Options of namespace. When when we written the code, we use functions, and in that function, when we use space in between the names, it doesn't exist. It shows the error. So it is the main drawback, and this is called options of namespace. Next, options of exception handling. As we discussed, debugging or exception handling. It has the no ability or disability to handle the exception. For example, when 1 is divided by 0, it has no meaning. So it is the finest example you can know. This is the options of exception handling. Next, lacks constructor and destructor. The word constructor means the word constructor means it's a class itself. It has the name as the name as class or function. So we can read about constructor and destructor in Java language. In C language, there is no constructor and destructor because in C language there is no object, so there is no use of constructor. Constructor are nothing but to create the objects. So these are the drawbacks or disadvantages of C language. So this is friends. This video is about this. So I hope you can understand. Thanks for watching.